Final call for foot brake. Final call for foot brake in 5 and 6. I don't know if it's the sun hitting it or if the back wing of Brindley Greens Jr.'s flippy floppy. I think it's the sun hitting it just right. Super Pro to the lanes, please. Super Pro to the lanes, please. And I suppose we'll know if it's the wing flippy flappy in about, or if it's the sun when Cale Moberly goes. He's got that wing on the back end of it. The Kryptonite Customs machine. Yeah, take a picture. That's a bad wrap, man. That's bad to the bone. Cale Moberly, red light on the left side with an 8:11. Corey Wattenberger on the right side. A 7:75 as our next pair comes on up. Alexis Kesterson. This is going to be a big storyline to watch this year. Alexis 2 times in a row. It's going to be her and Rod Moore competing to see who can be the first to ever three-peat in the Midwest Drag Racing Series. That would be the most dominant stretch for any driver hard stop. Is it going to be Alexis Kesterson or is it going to be Rod Moore in the top sportsman? Place your bets, but Alexis Kesterson, even if they both do it, or even if neither of them do it, Alexis Kesterson, one of the baddest racers here in the series. Right side, the Summit Race Equipment side, not on file. Some of these racers have just showed up today, is all. Maybe you have school Friday, maybe you got work Friday. Roll in on Saturday morning, get a test pass in, and let her rip. So this has been an 881 on the right side. Alexis Kesterson red, but she chopped down the tree just on the wrong side. She plucked a cherry, a 006. 790 and a 3, though. How about that, Sammy? 006 red on the tree, but a 790 and a 3. So she's like close to a perfect package, honestly. She's close. No cigar, and the red light would have eliminated her in round 1 of eliminations, but that's why we're doing time trials now. As a reminder, our Pro Mods are in the lanes at 11 o'clock. Pro Mods, we will call you to the lanes at 11 o'clock. You need to be in the lanes at 11 o'clock. Tyler Wells, a 796 to the 7 on the right side. All right, attention, attention. We have, well, we got good news and we got bad news. The good news is if you have a phone that you've been trying to call and you've lost, it's up here in the race control. Bad news is it's seen better days. Yeah, we've had race cars run over it, but come claim your phone. Yeah, it's got a Jack Skellington pop socket on the back from The Nightmare Before Christmas. So, come get your phone. I don't want to say what's left of your phone, like the screen turns on, but you're going to need to take this to your authorized retailer and get this bad boy fixed. I'll tell you that. And then we have a racer with a lost glove. Did I hear there's an initial on it? Okay. It's got a PM on it. Initials PM on the glove. Yeah. All right, so we're continuing on here. I had to step aside there for a second. We're talking shop here in the back. Ron Gibson on the left-hand side. Hey, this is Ron Gibson of the trailer with two dragsters. Ron Gibson is a fun fact here on the left-hand side. The one and only David Pierce used to work in Ron Gibson's shop. Attention, attention, attention. Tech for the local classes in the scales. Tech in the scales for our local classes. Thank you. What's Ron Gibson running? A 464 to 3 at 149. Hey, and speaking of Gibson, we mentioned briefly that trailer. He's got a trailer that, like, you'd be like, you fit one top dragster in there? And he's like, no, I fit a top dragster and a Super Pro dragster in the same trailer. Rich Moline built that trailer. But I'm like, dude, I'm looking at it, and I barely believe you can fit one, let alone two and a golf cart and a scooter. Also, they make ribs, and they're good. I want to try them. Hey, it's Jason Kimbrell. Left-hand side, Sibley. It's a 98 Saturn, 581 at 120. Yeah, right. And that brings us to our next pair. A couple dragsters here. Michael Fuller out of Nola, Oklahoma, and Ryan Bush on the right side out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Fort Smith, where's that in Arkansas, Mr. Narks? West Arkansas. All right. Southwest. Right on 40. All right. We're discussing where Fort Smith, Arkansas is here. We got a Coloradoan who lives in Tulsa. We have an Arkansan who doesn't know where it is. Where's Fort Smith, Arkansas? Southeast of here, like, yes, that would be southwest Arkansas. Southeast of here. Okay, all right. I'm like, we got an Arkansas. Okay, all right. Mr. Keith has drawn me a map with his hands here. Yeah. All right, Tim Nicholson on the right side. Stacy Davidson on the left side out of Stillwater. Attention, 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 Pro Mods. We need you in the lanes at 11 o'clock. Pro Mods in the lanes at 11 o'clock. That means this is your 20-minute warning. I send my love to Mike Hudson, and also like, is it bad that a part of me feels bad because I mean all of his friends are gonna be like, dude, you remember that throwdown when you ran out of gas? He's gonna get chirped on that for a hot second. But yeah, we love having Mike Hudson here at Osage Casino and Hotel Tulsa Raceway Park. Yeah, so we send our love and respect to Mike and Deanna Hudson out there. Little oopsie. Hey, you know what? Mike Hudson pulled off to the side, did not schmutz up the track. I would rather have that 100 times than some of the stuff that I've seen other guys do. We're making memories, ladies and gentlemen. Green lights, off we go. Curtis Stevenson on the left side, a 447 and a 5 at 154. Attention, attention, attention. Stroud Safety Equipment Pro Mods to the lanes, please. Pro Mods to the lanes. Stroud Safety Equipment Pro Modified action coming up here, folks. And we need the Pro Mods to the lanes. You guys should be in the lanes. We gave you a time of 11 o'clock. It is right around that time. Pro Modifieds, we need you in lanes 8 and 9. 8 and 9 for the Pro Mods, please. Marvin Nelson on the right-hand side coming up here out of Sand Springs, the 69 Mustang. Cody Moore on the left side, that 99 Ford Ranger. So Ford Ranger, 1999. I think my dad had a 99. No, that was a GMC Sierra that he had. A 99 GMC Sierra. Yeah. That was my dad's first pickup truck that I had. We would play Amy by Pure Prairie League on the cassette tape while going to the Goshen Do-It Center hardware store because Best Buy and Lowe's were not really around at that point. Good memories. Marvin Nelson on the right-hand side crosses the 607 and an 8. Ian Porteous. Porteous on the right-hand side. Tyler Hill on the left side out of Miller. Hey, before we go live here, if you need a pump, get to the gate. He's here, and he won't be back again today. So if you need a pump because you're, what's the quote from Christmas Vacation? Your crapper's full. Get the pump done, man. Come on. Series Facebook page. Let's take a look. We're halfway staged up. Ladies and gentlemen, Pro Mod action. Final round of qualifying happening right now. Haney's on a burner. LeBate's on a burner at 373. I told you Haney could go right up there. And he slots in number 4. LeBate. 385 and a 1 on the right side at 206. Haney runs that 373 and a 1 at 203. That's good for 4th place. He slots in right behind Tommy Cunningham and Brian Lewis, who had a heater of a run last night in Grumpy. All right, I am receiving word the beer stand's open. Let's rock and roll. Cat is working for tips. Hey, how about Ed Thornton on the right side? Burning it out of Chino, California. That's not Eleanor on the left-hand side. That's Aaron Wells in the 67 Mustang JT. He is your number 6 qualifier. Both of these guys, 6 and 7 qualifiers on the left and right lanes, respectively. Thornton, a 7-6 and an 8, and a 7-6 and a 3 for Aaron Wells on the left side. And when it comes to the best qualifying passes, Ed Thornton had briefly the high mile an hour of the meets with a 215 mile an hour pass before Mark Mickey put up what we're estimating was between a 222 and a 223 pass last night, but it read 227. That would have been a world record. He doesn't think it ran that. 222, 223 would be a record, but because it's not entirely accurate, we we can't say for sure. And so, Aaron Wells on the left side gets the tap from his crew chief. Ed Thornton stages up halfway there. Round 3 of qualification. Your last chance to hop up the ladder. Here we go. Aaron Wells, oh, he's a little iffy. He goes bang, shuts her off, and a 4:05 for Thornton and a 4. Well, the bang was Thornton. I saw something come out of Wells' pipes, too. Aaron Wells, yeah, ran. So Brenda says we're good down there. I think Wells popped. Or Wells might have just lifted. The bang was Thornton. I was watching Wells because Wells was a little heebie-jeebie coming off the line there. And so Sandman Racing, Tony Williams on the left-hand side. On the right side, Keith Goolsby. In the Black Pearl, he's your number 11 qualifier. He is quite a bit. Final call for the funny car. Final call for J&A Service funny car. We need you to the lanes. We need you to lanes 4 and 5. M&M Transmission Pro 420, you're on standby. Keith Goolsby at 3.9, good for your 11th place qualifying. He can tighten that up. I think that's a car that's perfectly capable of running. Amazing, thank you. That's perfectly capable of running in the mid-3.7s in this condition. It's just going to be a matter of if he hooks up or not. He's running the low 6s in testing. I'm not sure. You said, what, the DA is, what, about 1,500 feet right now. So, yeah, 15, 17, that's not too shabby. Better conditions than I would have thought. Yeah, for how sunny it is, absolutely. Sandman, a 407, he can knock quite a few tenths off there as well. Let's take a look. 3/4, halfway, and here we go. All right, Goolsby's going to stand at 373 and a 379. OG, Sandman Williams. I mean, he's been doing it as long as just about anybody on this earth. Tony Sandman Williams has been all over the place, and he lays down the law with the great number 9 qualifying slot, 3.79 and a 4. Keith Goolsby, a 3.73 and a 2. Look at that. He slots in right behind Keith Haney, 73 and a 1, 73 and a 2, and Brian Lewis with 73 and an 8. He hasn't run yet. Todd Bennett and John Stouffer. All right, we got an alarm going off on a Camaro in the tailgating parking lot. We got an alarm on a Camaro in a tailgate parking lot. Might want to turn that bad boy off. John Stouffer on the right side, your number 13 qualifier, 3.95 and a 4. Todd Bennett, a 3.81 and a 9. Todd Bennett in that 2020 Corvette, your number 10 qualifier, previous best of 3.81 and a 9. This is Todd Bennett's first race, Midwest Drag Racing Series. John Stouffer, his first race in the Hot Segundo. Creeping forward. Tension grows as we're halfway staged up. Stouffer, Bennett. Down, let's take a look. Bennett, 3:79 and an 8. That's his best pass of the weekend. They're hot step in the Midwest Series, but he disputes the mile-per-hour speed trap. If it's more where he says it is, it's still a record, but we don't have an official line, so. Good burn out there from Mark Mickey. So Chris Giuliano broke, and unfortunately, as the number 17 qualifier, that's all she wrote. He's going to be in the Slammers class. Mark Mickey will make a solo pass. He's eating. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. A 362 at 218. So 3.628 at 218. Clean as he can get it. We're going to check. Wayne Roberts on the Auto Smart Racing right-hand side. That's Holloway's hair about getting blown off. Finds reverse and back up he goes. Burns to about the 330-foot mark. That's not too much different than the length of a football field. It's about all right. So Wayne Roberts is going to make a solo pass on the right-hand side. All right, so for those of you guys listening on Flow Sports, we offer our apologies, but our new outside microphone is like, it's so good, it's so sensitive that it's just getting clipped out by the loudness of these dragsters. So we're trying to figure out how to crank that sensitivity down. Yeah. Wayne Roberts, previous best of 424. He's going to beat that handily, a 406 and a 9. Great to see him back in the saddle. 4:06.9 at 181 miles per hour. He is going to continue running into 14th place, so he improves his time, does not improve his standing. Pro 420 to the lanes, please. Pro 420 to the lanes, please. M&M transmission, Pro 420 to lanes 8 and 9, please. And here's Grumpy. Brian Lewis logged a 373 and an 8 yesterday. A fantastic run for Grumpy, one of the best I've seen in a hot second. He was number 2. He's now number 6 because people are hooking up today. But I'm telling you, they got this thing tuned up. It's got it tuned. I'm not sure, did he reverse there for a second? I'm hoping not. Hoping that was just a move back. All right. I'll tell you what, I like this qualifying field. Lots of 3.7s. Very tight on the 3.7s. 1 through 10 separated by just over a tenth of a second. Tell you what's wild to me is green light. Here we go. Grumpy. He's on the heater. A 3.70 for Grumpy. All right, here we go. Jim Whiteley on the left-hand side. He is your number 2 qualifier with a 3.62 and a 3. So the J&A Service funny cars come to the line here. Is that a roamer down there? I think it is. Jim Whiteley, a 3.63 and a 2 in his previous run. Brian Brown, a 3.70 and a 2. This field, 6 cars deep, but I'm telling you, 3.62, 3.63 and a 2, 3.63 and a 2. That's your top 3. 3.68 for Mark Billington. 3.70. 5 of the 6 are, I mean, they're within a tenth of each other. It's a stout field. Yeah, fast, but tight as well. I mean, pick your poison. It's going to come down to some trees if it holds like this when it comes to elimination. So, Jim Whiteley on the left-hand side, Brian Brown on the right side. Brian Brown racing out of Gainesville, Texas. Gets on the chip. Let her rip, baby. Well, Brian Brown, both of them are just going to shake the tires violently. Get off. You're in the field. Do not need yeah. 5.14 and a 5.77. Oh boy, we got a Roman camera out there. Oh man, yeah, switch to that. Is that Lance Van Howen there? Yeah. Well, we had him on camera. Our cameraman rotated around. Hey, give me that Lance Van Howen shot. There he is, baby. That is a beautiful car. We got our Roman camera out there. Lance Van Howen. Great to see the Van Howen team back out here, by the way. Had a little bit of an iffy night last night on run number 2. But the Van Howen brothers racing. Dude, in that car. No. There's no other series of Flow Sports you're going to get a camera angle like that at. Absolutely not. We do things right here at the Midwest Drag Racing Series. We do it the right way. We do it differently. Dude, look at this. Live starting line action. Baddest 8-mile drag racing series on the planet. It's midday. It's Q3. So Van Howen Brothers Racing. This is their first time with the Midwest Drag Racing Series. I love to see it. Here we go. Van Howen. It breaks the first beam. He's in. He's racing out Iowa. On the chip and let her rip. Reaction times don't matter. 3:83 for Van Howen. That's his quickest run. Love to see it. Andy Whiteley, 3:66. At 2:20. I'm going to hand it right back off where we left off with my good friend Joey Keith.
Thank you, Luke. Again, the best thing we've seen right there was Macy Higgins was A-OK from that ball contact with that Mountain Motor Pro stock machine. We are back underway with our M&M Transmissions Pro 420 category. James Ogden. Tom Harger. James typically running NHRA Top Sportsman. Late last season ran the 420 class at XRP and fell in love with it. So this year he has committed to the entire series. James out of Houston, Texas. If you know anybody in the Houston, Texas area that needs a foundation repair on their house, call James. Tom Harger out of Iowa in the Cutlass. Tom has been working on new combination. Itching closer to that 420. James Ogden last night went 4:19 with an 8. Now the idea here, 420 is the index, meaning you can't go quicker than 420. Let's see what these racers can do here. Again, currently number one qualifier is Dave Pierce with that 425. So there's about 500s to sneak in on there. 4:24 for James Ogden. How about that, folks? Your new number one qualifier, James Ogden, sneaks in there by 0.02 of a second. Take over the number one spot over Dave Pierce. So as we continue on, Ogden off the racetrack safely, as is Tom Harger. Tom, 483. He'll stay number 7. Daryl Hubbard right now sits number 5 in the qualifying order. Definitely can improve here. Car's very, very capable. A former Pro Modified machine that has been converted to this Pro 420 category. Daryl out of New Mexico. See his driver, Ed Thornton, who drives his Pro Modified machine. Checking the wheelie bars as we have another pair of Pro 420 cars coming into the water box following Daryl. So Daryl rolling into the pre-stage beam. He's set and ready. Moving around a bit. How about 4:21 with a 6? There is your new number one qualifier. So James, you had it for about 30 seconds. Hubbard says, I got one for you there. 4:21 with a 6. 173 puts him number 1. Jolene Studebaker for Brian Lewis Racing in the Pro 420 category. Again, all you race fans over on the spectator side, just because you might have parked on that side of the racetrack doesn't mean you can't come over here and enjoy the pit area. Every pass is a pit pass here at the Throwdown in T-Town. So, yeah, walk around the gravel road. Please don't jump the fence. But yeah, walk around, come. Racers got merchandise. We have all kinds of cool stuff over here. The Bone Shaker truck over here as well. Again, if you're sitting over there, come on over. Check it out. Good stuff. Our final competitor before we get into our Icon Racing Forged Pistons top dragster category, their final qualifier coming up. That's Kurt Riffle. Getting set and ready to go. Kurt right now sits number 4 in the qualifying order at 449 with a 9. We will see what he can do to improve. Jeff Pierce giving him a little bit more and more of a tune-up each time down the racetrack. So let's see what he can do here. Well, 441, that picks up a bit, so he'll move. He'll stay right where he was at in number 4. So again, each pass down the racetrack, old Jolene gets a little quicker and quicker. And that will do it for our M&M Transmissions Pro 420 category. Again, I want to thank Skyview Racing. Calvin's race car has lost fire. Mark Moore has completed his burnout. And Calvin with problems. And it looks like we are going to push Calvin back. Well, and Mark Moore going to make a single run here. We have called off the chance for Calvin Minnick. Make this qualifier. .404 for Mark at 179. Mark right now sits number 3 in the qualifying order. Standing on that 395, 182 lap. And problems right there for Calvin. And we are going to push him back. All right, as we get Calvin pushed back and out of the way, we will continue on with Tim White and Delana Whiteley. Delana out of Grand Junction, Colorado. Her Why Not Racing dragster, J&A Service Machine, the Grand Prix side of the racetrack. Her husband Stephen watching on. They are a busy, busy couple as they have 2 kids racing junior dragsters as well. Delana racing in our Icon Forged Pistons Race Star Wheels top dragster category. Steven has raced Pro Mod for many, many years, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna step aside from my driving duties and focus on the kiddos and Delana. Wise choice, my friend, wise choice. Tim White out of Harrisonville, Missouri, left side. That Spitzer built race car. .423, Delana Whiteley. 440, 158 for Tim White. Delana will rest on her number 7 qualifying spot at 420. Tim White moves up to number 10 with that 440. Marky Mark Graham Cracker left side, Overland Park, Kansas. And Chloe Janisic. Chloe out of Wiley, Texas. Chloe came out of the boat racing scene. Started racing top dragsters last year. Her dad said, you know, the boats are fun, but these are a little more safer. I see Chloe often at the NHRA Lucas Oil events. I'll see her next week, probably down at Texas Motorplex. Mark Graham, out of Kansas, the chassis fabricator. Built some very, very fast hot rods. Right there is the reaction time. We're going to go 4:24 for Mark Graham. Chloe Janicek 4:50. 1:54. So Chloe will stay number 13 without 4:46 she ran last night. Graham 4:23, number 8 in the qualifying order. Lloyd McClure, Ottawa, Kansas. That is 818 cubic inches. For Aronson, out of Iceland. That's right, race fans, Iceland. Burnout's complete. The runner from Iceland and Lloyd McClure waiting patiently. Yet his burnout complete. And we are not seeing that traction right side get into reverse just yet. Here we go. Carbureted machine left side, 818 cubic inch Chevrolet power for Lloyd McClure out of Ottawa, Kansas. Blown injected machine right side out of Iceland. We saw him last October, and he had a great time, and he said, you know what, I want to come back. I want to go back and have some more fun. Leaves the car over here. In the state, so he can come and have a good time with us here at Tulsa Raceway Park for the Summit Racing Equipment Throwdown in T-Town. McClure, 413, 170 is problems. Ingleford. Slows 10:29, only 71 miles an hour. Jordan Eperjesi. And Wade Pennington. Rolling into the water box now. Final call for Performance Bearing Task Force. You should be in lanes 3 and 4. Jassy out of Lake Dallas, Texas. And Pennington out of Ada, Oklahoma. In the scrap metal business. He was testing earlier this week in his nitro fuel altered. And he said, I just want to go fast. There they go. 405 for Wade Pennington, 428, 160 for Jordan Eperjesi. Wade stays number 4, his 398 last night. Eperjesi stays number 9, 426. Anita Strasberg and Rich Moline coming. And Strasberg. The R&M Race Traders, one of our series sponsors. The Shattered Glass J&A service machine of Anita Strasberg. Final qualifier effort for our top dragster competitors. Next time we see them, we will see elimination rounds for them. That's better. Oh baby, 369, 197, 458 again, Rich Moline. Keith Gamblin, Sumner, Texas. That's a new car. Jordan Aker out of Kansas City Mo and his Shorty dragster. So you see the two difference in lengths here. One's about 245 inches, one's probably 220, 215 inches. A lot of horsepower. Keith Camlin rolls in, put both stage bulbs in. All right, we've got notice that the beer girls are open and ready behind the main bandstand. Go by and see them. They're open right now. How about 412 for Jordan? 169 and Keith Gamblin. Well, that's not going to help him. 525 puts him number 17 right now. Katie Laughter and Jeremy Maples, the Maples Racing Machine out of Broken Arrow. And Katie out of Tulsa. That LS twin turbo machine, really cool, really unique. Check it out, 444, 159 for Katie, 48 and 7. About 153 for Maples. Katie number 11 in the qualifying order. Maples number 14. We're taking 16 racers. We're taking 16. Cody Moore appears to be the one to round out our session. Also just got word the Ice Baby Snow Cone Machine, Snow Cone Shack is open right next to the concession stand. All kinds of good stuff out there, all kinds of good choices out there to take care of you. Food, beverage, we have lemonade, water, all kinds of good. More 446, 154, and that's going to do it, I believe. Well, I guess we have one more. No, we don't. This is our ride-along dragster, so that did do it. Cody Moore finished out the Icon Forged Pistons Race Star Wheels top dragster qualifying. Ride-along. You want to get set up and have some fun today? Go by and get with Keith Mitchell. He's parked in the back by the equipment building. He's got a Beretta, he's got two of these dragsters, and they'll be giving ride-alongs all day long for a price. So right now our safety crew is checking to make sure both the drivers are strapped in nice and tight. as our performance-bearing top sportsman rolling into the water box next for their final qualifying. .549 and 125 for that ride along. That's cool. That's fun. Hey, listen up, Gassers, Outlaw, Warren Cat, Outlaw Gassers, you're on standby. You will follow Performance Bearing Top Sportsman. Round 1 eliminations. We are going round 1 eliminations from here on out. Gassers, 6.0 index, 550, 470. Juniors, y'all get them ready. We'll be calling you shortly. We haven't called you now. Hey, check it out. If your family and friends couldn't make it out to the track, they can still watch online live. They can go to the MidwestDragRacingSeries.com website, click on the logo, Flow Racing logo, and they can have access to this event right where they're at, from their phone, or from their computer, from their TV. It's cool access that we're now able to offer. And it's cool at the end of the weekend to take a notice of how many people actually watched that couldn't attend the event for some odd reason. But this is a great event. Conditions are different than last night, but you know what? These racers came to race. Final qualifying session. Once we see them back in a little bit, this will likely be the conditions they'll run first round in. The heat of the day. Again, Hunter and Ryan. Hunter and Ryan. Ryan and Hunter. Pit areas, grandstands. Hunter and Ryan, please go to the concession stand and find your dad, please. Jeff Hostetler and Rod Moore. Rod, your reigning champion in the top sportsman category. 438 for Rod Moore, 498 for Jeff Hostetler, his Cavalier. Kurt Bipke, a new racer here coming in this morning out of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, the Milkman. And Darrell Reed. All right, listen up, Gassers, Outlaw Gassers, round 1 eliminations. We need you to lanes. Outlaw Gassers lane 2 and 3, please. Outlaw Gassers 2 and 3. We'll take Smith Farm and Garden 6-0 index to lanes 5 and 6 for round 1 of eliminations. Our 550 index, Flying A Motorsports 550 index, will take you to lanes 7 and 8, please. 7 and 8 for round 1 of eliminations. Kurt Pipke, 007, 469, 483 for Darrell Reed at 145. Once again, at Gassers lanes 2 and 3. Gassers lanes 2 and 3 for round 1 eliminations. 550, or excuse me, 6-0 index. 6-0 index will take you to lanes 5 and 6. Our 550 index racers lanes 7 and 8, please, for round 1 of eliminations. 470. Strange 470 index will take you to 9 and 10, please. All right, back at it, Tina Pierce and Tim Cunningham. Tim, the Honey Bros beautiful Chevrolet Lumina. It's good to see Tim back in the race cars, taking a few years off. And finished up his licensing process. Tina Pierce. Her Ride and Drive Nova, 487 for Tina, 487, 143 for Tim Cunningham. There's Mark Griffin and Michael Chitty. If you get a chance to go by and check out this Chevrolet Camaro of Mark Griffin, a compressed air system. A fully compressed air system, very unique, very different. And Michael Chitty, a top 5 player each and every season. Michael out of Ames, Iowa. The compressed air system of Mark Griffin, left side of the racetrack. Travis Leach waiting patiently. Macy Higgins climbing back into a race car. His other car. So once again, we'll take Outlaw Gassers lanes 2 and 3. Outlaw Gassers lanes 2 and 3. Hold on there, Michael. Car made a hard move towards the left, brought it back. 441 for Michael Chitty, 454, 155 for Mark Griffin. 6-0 index.
Toyota Prius, okay? I can't do it. It can remain. Ooh, a little bit of puff coming out there at the 60, but how about that? A 430 and a 9. My Prius shall remain parked at the MSP Airport Value parking lot forevermore. Welcome back, everybody, to the Summit Racing Equipment Midwest Drag Racing Series. Don't mean to interrupt Dave Pierce there. We were going to play it, but we're moving right on to our top dragsters. It's brought to you by Race Star Wheels and Icon Forge Pistons. Calvin Minnick Jr. on the left-hand side. Coming on back. This is a class with a performance prediction, what we call a dial-in. So these are time trials for our top dragsters. Or qualifying, rather. But they will predict their performance, is what I'm trying to say, though, as we get into eliminations tomorrow. And as a reminder, folks, if you like today, tomorrow is going to be bigger, better, louder. 2 rounds of qualifying tonight, 1 round of qualifying, and all eliminations tomorrow. We love to see it.
These numbers aren't valid, right? This 589 and 590? No, them are the ones I deleted out and put back in. Okay, so those are zeros.
Calvin Minnick has not won an event with the Midwest Drag Racing Series thus far, but is a consistent runner, so we'll have to take a look. Oh, no. And so the right side's going to make a solo pass. Stage is up. 0-2-3 too soon. Cross the line, they'll take a look at 395 and a 2 at 182. That's a solid run. And so it looks like is there something on the, yeah, Calvin Minnick left something down. Series, you didn't miss a pass, baby. Wade Pennington on the right-hand side out of Ada, Oklahoma, and the machine, Anita Strasburg. Anita Strasburg. A consistent winner throughout the Summit Racing Equipment Midwest Drag Racing Series. Back-to-back champions in 2021 and 2022. Cody Moore finally took a tour last year. And here we go. So Anita Strasburg, look at that, at 368. That's a pro mod time from a top dragster. I love it. 368 and a 7 at 198 mile per hour. Wade Pennington, a 398 and a 3 at 177 on the right side. And so your number one qualifier right now, Anita Strasburg with the 68 and a 7. She is oftentimes your number one qualifier, usually one of the fastest, if not the fastest dragster on the field, but that doesn't always make a difference. Katie Laughter on the left-hand side, racing out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hey, that's where we are right now, Tulsa Raceway Park, brought to you by Osage Casino and Hotel. The logo was supposed to be there, but I think was it John or Jim Whiteley? I think it was Jim Whiteley who blew it off. He made a pass, and the whole logo came off the track, which, I mean, yeah, it scared the bejeebus out of Mike Narks. But you know, I'll tell you what, man. I'm glad I got to see that. I'm not glad the logo blew away, but what a awesome statement on the power of the cars that they're blowing the logo away. It's a large logo that was on the track. I've never seen that before. Katie Laughter on the left-hand side. Right-hand side, that's Ingolfur Armason, a 2014 dragster, formerly Wade Pennington's. And so your starter stretch is looking at the staging lights. We're waiting for Katie to line up. There we are. Dang, what a run from Ingolfur Armason. A 194 mile per hour pass, 357. That's going to be your number 2 qualifier. Number 2, boys. And so that's the machine on the left-hand side of Jordan Epperjesse. Delana Whiteley on the right side. Great to see Delana back. Racing top dragster on the right-hand side. Love to see it for Delana, one of the Whiteleys. And so Delana running the same they're running the same class rather as Anita Strasburg. Those two are related, so it is going to be a Whiteley family battle, as it is sometimes here at the Midwest Drag Racing Series. Jordan Epperjesse racing out of Lake Dallas. The Bond coat dragster on the left side.
Good launch for both of them. That's almost an identical. Yeah, 426 and a 7 and a 420 and a 9. I'm going to slot them in 5th and 6th. Delana in 5th. Jordan in 6th. Chloe Janicek in the 2016 Miller 500 cubic inches of Chevy strapped on the back of it. Lloyd McClure on the right side, racing out of Ottawa, Kansas. 818 cubic inch engine on it. Like to thank their sponsor of Top Dragster, Icon Forge Pistons and Raystar Wheels. Icon Forge Pistons, proud partner with the Summit Racing Equipment Midwest Drag Racing Series. You name a piston, they have it, and they have custom machines. They can measure the hole that you have there, right? And they can just machine a piston to your specifications. Maybe if you have a really hard piston to find, got you. They got you at Icon Forge Pistons. Here we go. Woo! Look at the wheel stand from Lloyd McClure on the right side. 415 of the 2. Goodness gracious. Tim White on the right side. Ron Gibson on the left. Racing out of Norman, Oklahoma. As I drop my pin in the studio or searching around for it. There it is. Big old shout out to Ryan here, adjusting one of the cameras. Doing some work behind the scenes so I can focus on what's in front of me, which is the fun stuff. He gets to deal with the questionably fun stuff, we'll call it sometimes. He says it's fun for him. I'm kind of like you in that sometimes it's fun and other times it's just like, would you just work? Let me smack it. Staging up, ready to rock and roll. Red light on the left-hand side for Ron Gibson. Tim White on the right side out of Harrisonville. He's going to cross the 455. That'll do just fine. Say hello to Cody Moore. He is your 2023 champion. Cody Moore has 2 wins at the spring race here in Tulsa. That leads all Midwest Drag Racing Series top dragster drivers. Nobody has done more than 2 wins in the history of the spring throwdown with the Midwest Drag Racing Series. So we love to see it. Cody Moore, your number 1 defending champion in the class. Getting moved up, staged up. Let's rock and let's roll. 3/4 of the way stage up, all the way stage up. Cody Moore. Good pass on the right side. 423 in the 8. Rolling across the line at 164.99. Mark Graham is going to slot in 7th. Cody Moore at 9th. But again, this is all about how accurately you can predict your time and how consistently you can hit that time that you predict. So, I mean, where you slot in, it really doesn't, I mean, it's down to, you know, your bracket numbers and where you slot in doesn't make huge difference here at Top Dragster. You want to be higher up because you're going to go up against the slower cars, but, I mean, if you break out, it don't really matter. Cody Moore last year with 3 wins, by the way, led him to the championship. Here's Rich Moline of R&M Trailers. Rich Moline, by the way, Up in Smoke Barbecue, has gone round and round and round, but is yet to win an event in the Midwest Drag Racing Series. There's a green light for him. He's going to cross the 458. Right side, a 4:09 and a 1 at 107. We have a longer interview, and I do not want to miss Bob Henry in the 63 Nova and the 66 Le Mans of Stephen Cummings. The TX41, this is a 6.0 index class, and these guys are locals. They're from right here around the Tulsa area. Some of them may be from Oklahoma City. Some of them may be from Joplin. Some of them may be from Broken Arrow, Owasso, right around here. But these guys, they are right in your backyard, so to speak. So, and you know, the great thing about the local classes is we go place to place, but we see the local classes, the variety of cars that we see. For example, I haven't seen a 66 Le Mans, and I mean, I don't think I saw one last year. I didn't see one yet this year. Yeah, not usually a race car. It's been a hot second since I've seen one. And so the Nova does a nice little wheel stand. Remember, these guys are shooting for a 6.0 second pass. So the 6.03 is going to be your number one qualifier from Bob Henry. Stephen Cummings will slot in number 2 of 2 thus far. All right, Randall Arts in an 82 Suzuki on the right-hand side. Will Jones on the left side out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now that the staging fiasco is beyond us, let's get rolling. Well, we weren't sure how that was going to shake out. We didn't mean to have that much downtime. We would have thrown to an interview, but I wanted to see how the situation on the starting line was going to roll out, and I've never quite seen something quite like that. The 584 on the right side from Randall Arts at 115 miles per hour. Will Jones, a 607 at 124. Decent pair of runs there. Remember, you're looking for a 6-0. Randall Arts goes a smidge too fast. Owen Ratcliffe out of Veneta, Oklahoma. 67 Chevy C10. Man, how about that burnout? That's a beauty. That's a nice smoky burnout on the right side. The 68 Chevy. We get it, bro. You vape. Left side, that's going to be Don Henderson out of Broken Arrow in the 69 Camaro, one of the nicest cars out there. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay, so whoever's on the wall there on the left side, I think is tripping the beam. Yeah, I think the photographer on the left-hand side there was sitting on the wall tripping the beam. Oh, okay. Make us wait for the show. I see how it is done, Henderson. I love it. A 592 and a 7, a little quick, but hey, you look sick doing it. Oh, and how about this? The F49, number F49 car. I believe they ran in the Gasser class. Name escapes me on the left side there. And he is staged up. The bike's staged up. Let's get going. How about a 595? 602, good run on the left-hand side. So as we look at our this is just time trials. Never mind, not qualification. And again, we need Flying Game Motorsports 550 to 7 and 8. Strange 470 to 9 and 10, please. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. This is the... All right, so Little leap off the line there on the right side. Grabs about half the groove. And we're going to cross line. 6.0's 3 and a 7, so not bad for the 6.0 index. Troy Scott out of Stillwater, Oklahoma on the right side. The 67 Camaro will be burning out shortly. I'd like to redirect you guys' attention to MidwestDragRacingSeries.com. All of the info on the Midwest Drag Racing Series, the Pro Mods, the Funny Cars, the Pro 420. How can you get admission? Well, of course, admission is free to this event. Just pay $25 for parking. You can pack your whole family in, baby. Say hello to Troy Scott and the Stinger out of Stillwater. He's on the right-hand side. Home of Oklahoma State, OSU. Stillwater is on the right side. So Cowboy from Stillwater, 67 Camaro on the right side. Troy Scott. Ready to rock and roll. He'll be the first to the 330 and across the line too quick by about a tenth of a second. 591. Too slow by over a tenth of a second on the left side of 616. You're looking at that 6.0, and you know, in the grand scheme of things, that's a huge difference to be off when it comes to index classes. Hey, attention, 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 attention. We need the rest of the index class. Flying A Motorsports 550 index in 7 and 8. Strange 470 index in 9 and 10. Quick Trip foot brake to 3 and 4. Quick Trip foot brake to 3 and 4, please. And way early on the light for Brad Schaefer, way late on the light for Ronnie Gray in the 86 Mustang. 622 and a 4 on the left side. 37 hundredths on the lights, over a third of a second on the light. Now, it's time trial, so that won't matter much, but if that happened in a round of elimination, we'd have our questions. How about Alan Watts out of, and I'm going to say this right, Tahlequah. Tahlequah, dang it. Gosh dang it, I almost. Tahlequah is how you say the town in Ohio, and it occurred to me as I said it. Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Tahlequah, Oklahoma on the right-hand side. Alan Watts. Ooh, and a wonky little launch there on the left-hand side. Bounce right, then bounce left. Ross with a 600 and an 8. So, I mean, you take that ride every time. Take that. All right, so continuing on here. Our timing system getting back up here. All right, waiting on the staging bays to be broke. Again, MidwestDragRacingSeries.com for all the information on their series. You can also find us on Facebook at Midwest Drag Racing Series. And for that, you can find all of the posts that we have. Michael Narks busting his butt up, down, left, right to make sure that on social media we are covered. He's posting things right now, right now. Move your fingers faster. I need your fingers to move faster. But he got interviews too, man. I'm telling you. What's your Guam from middle school from typing? What's your Guam? 40? Dude, I would have failed the class if I didn't hit 60. Thumbs? Thumbs are 120. All right. Here we go. That's a nice pass on the right side. What are we going to do at 561? Mike Hudson will cross with a 9:10. There we go. So we got a, what is that, a 97 Prelude underneath us? Yeah, I like that. All right, so we have our next pair should be coming up here. Might change because, yeah, it looks like the guy on the right-hand side, our racer, does not have his helmet on. I don't know if something's up with the Camaro or not. So we're going to have a solo run here on the left side for Jay Hill. Jay Hill with the Honda Prelude. When's the last time you saw a Honda Prelude as a race car? I don't. Yeah, great. Not since the days of Need for Speed Underground 2 have I seen it, and that was in digital form because I was 7. Yeah, I think there was a Honda Prelude on Fast and Furious. Maybe it was in Tokyo Drift, which of course had everything to do with Fast and Furious. It blows my mind how those movies went from, like, first one's like, hey, like, this is a real movie with, like, street racing culture, made with respect for it. And by the end of the series, we're going to space. There's probably going to be zombie preludes in the next one. I don't know, man. We're going to do a Tokyo Drift back through time. I don't know, man. They're ridiculous movies now. Hey, Jay Hill on the left-hand side. Oh, look at the wheel stand for the Prelude. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. He's going to cross with a 5:53 and a 0 on the left side. Oh, you got a picture of it. That's a beauty. So Alex here, Alex Arquette, right? We were just talking, when is the last time you saw a Prelude as a race car? Was it import days? Early 2000. Yeah, I told her. I'm like, I think I was like 7, and I saw it in digital form because I was playing Need for Speed at the time. You know, like, I love it, man. That's what really, probably the first games that got me hooked on racing. Because I mean, at least for a lot of kids my age, you play the games and then you want to go race, and then you go learn about the racetrack and you know what it's like there. And yeah, Need for Speed, man. Like that was a gateway drug in many ways. Snoop Dogg's Riders on the Storm is playing. Here we go. Staged up, ready to go. Ty Thomas and Stacey Davidson. 008 too quick, but that's all right. We're just time trialing. A 5:54 on the right side for Ty Thomas. Gary Brown on the left side out of Baxter Springs, Kansas. He's a Jayhawk. Well, I don't know if he's a Jayhawk or a Wildcat, but everybody in Kansas is a Jayhawk. It's the Jayhawker State. And Kansas State can fight me about it. That's what I'm going to say, all right? Yeah. Imagine being the second best version of your own town, looking at you, Manhattan, Kansas. I'll tell you what, man. You know what? At least we're the best Lawrence. Ask me what college I went to. Big Big 12 fan through and through. Although I shouldn't say that in certain parts of Oklahoma nowadays. I mean, those days are long gone. Hey, back to racing. Gary Brown on the left-hand side. He's going to wait on that green light. Now, because we just are doing time trials, he can wait there for a second. And some guys will. If you're next to a guy who you know has maybe a squirrely launch or he's trying to work something out, it doesn't hurt sometimes to sit at the line and be like, I'm going to watch you go, and then I'm going to launch, because I would like, if there is something, for it to be a one-car incident, not a two-car incident. You see it happen every once in a while. Sometimes, too, you want to leave on your car's best terms, and your car's best terms don't always mean when the light turns green. You see it. It's nothing new under the sun, but it's an interesting thing to watch for every once in a while. Hey, here's Gary Watts out of Tahlequah, Oklahoma, the Chevy 2. 554 and a 3. How do you reckon they got the name Chevy 2? Yeah, I reckon it's a mystery, probably.
What I've said is my jam. I love cars with license plate. I love cars that get driven. And both of these cars on the line both have license plates right now. That's the way we like to build cars that are able to cruise to Sonic, get some ice cream, cruise home, do some burnouts for kids, things like that. All right, and as part of the Midwest Drag Racing Series, we try and find local classes that can come in and race in front of the crowds that we're going to bring with that series. And this here's a local class that we're going to have. Jonathan McLean in the left lane from Collinsville, Oklahoma, in the Corvette. This is the foot brake class here. So these guys are trying to get their both red. Ouch. Negative 005 in the right lane for Robin Phelps McCann out of Glenpool, Oklahoma. All right, attention in the pits, attention in the pits. Bracket class cars, please turn on your taillights. Please turn on your taillights. That's how we can see when you turn off the track at the end and gets this thing rolling faster, because we want to see cars going down the strip, not trying to get the binoculars out and check down there at the end of the track. Brian Walker in the left lane here in one of the nicest Fox bodies that I've seen. Big long burnout. I enjoy that. Kelly Johnson in the right lane. That's his girlfriend? Todd Martin up here giving us the rundown. Fox body on Fox body, boyfriend versus girlfriend. Ooh, man, yeah. The question is, does the winner buy dinner? I don't know. How does that work? I don't know. My wife is not much of a drag racer, and all I do is talk about it. I don't race much anymore either, so my wife could probably make a better pass than I am, but we're going to see if Brian or Kelly here is going to buy dinner or, maybe sleep on the couch. Ooh, wheels up, leave for Brian there. Kelly left just a hair early. 573 in the left lane, 691 in the right lane. And I know a lot of you guys don't know this yet, but I'm a huge fan of Novas. My dad had a Nova. And, you know how that kind of tugs on your heartstrings, and this green one here in the left lane is a beautiful color. Michael Wood, owner of that car out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Looks like Coy Brooks in the right lane in the 80 Love truck. Seeing a lot more of those. All right, as we end up there, you can, as you look down the track there, you can see we don't have taillights again. Guys, reminder, everybody, please turn your taillights on. That lets us know that you are off the track when you make the turn down there at the exit. Is everybody looking at the left lane here? This is a Saturn. Is that an SC1? What is that? Yeah, I guess that's an SC1 or SC2 Saturn race car. How fun. Now, this car would have came front-wheel drive, 4-cylinder, built for absolute fuel mileage, and it is no longer built for fuel mileage, built for speed. Like the low-profile wing on the back, and obviously one of those tires is probably bigger than all 4 that were on there in the beginning, and sounds way healthier than what that 4-cylinder would have had. No, that probably is newer than that, right? Yeah. These Saturns are probably kind of like the Willys of their day, truly, in that style of car, because this car was, all plastic at that time, super lightweight, great wheelbase, makes for a really good builder around it because very aerodynamic as well. Great light, 013 on the light in the left lane. Ryan Bush with 012 in the right lane. 493 in the right lane, 574 in the left. All right, guys, I'm learning a little bit up here in the tower. Todd's telling me the car on the right, because I was like, why does that look so different? He said it's just a short dragster. Okay, that makes sense. That's what I was going to call it, but yeah. Hey, here's what he said. He said, here, listen, if you've already got your 24-foot trailer and you need to fit that car in there, that's a good opportunity for it. Car probably has a minimum weight the same as the longer dragster. I kind of like the look of it. I feel like that looks very, I don't know, sporty. Looks very fast, kind of tough. Attention in the pits. Attention in the pits. Racers, attention. Zimmerman Sportsman Jr., Race Star Wheels Pro Jr. to the lanes. Zimmerman Sportsman Jr., Race Star Wheels Pro Jr. to the lanes. All right, attention in the pits. Attention in the pits. Update for you, junior racers. Zimmerman Sportsman Jr. to lanes 2 and 3. Lanes 2 and 3. Race Star Wheels Pro Jr. to lane 3 and 4. 4 and 5. 4 and 5, sorry. Hey, listen, I'm not as cool as Luke. I haven't done this as long. I'm barely keeping up here, okay? I appreciate the assistance. The side eye she gave me, I knew I had made a mistake. I've been married 15 years. I knew right then I had done something wrong. Wow, Craig on the right lane on the motorcycle. 009 on the light. Let's go. 09 ZX14. Oh, hey, a little bit of grudge race action going on down there on the return road. We'd appreciate pit bikes. No racing down there, please. Please, no racing on the return road. Keep those bikes about 10 miles an hour. We'd appreciate that for sure. This Ford Ranger in the right lane was down talking to Cody a few minutes ago. 6.2 liter LS, all aluminum setup in it, carbureted. Said he built this truck as a street bruiser, car cruiser, just run to get Sonic, get some ice cream, drive around. Obviously, my drag and drive life, I was trying to ease him into some of that, but Power Glide in a 488, this truck here is probably not going to do one of those soon, unless we may bring some short drag and drives to Tulsa Raceway Park here. Obviously, Rocky Mountain Race Week going to be here in about 6 weeks, end of June. Oh, yeah. Alex up here, you've seen him and I running around all weekend. Him and I are longtime Rocky Mountain Race Week attendees, participants. So you'll see us running around in our Midwest Drag Racing Series shirts that look so good. All right, down for just a second. Going to reset the boards real quick. And again, just a quick shout out to everybody on Flow Racing that's watching. I want to say thank you for being over there and all the support from that. When you guys go home tonight, we're probably going to do an after show, Luke and I, kind of recapping the day, kind of letting everybody know where they're at in the standings for all of the classes. I feel like that'll be good because we'll have 2 rounds of qualifying. Drag Race Series. I see Mr. Patrick Red Williams coming over the wall there. If he could give us a big wave. Red, can you hear us? Nope. He's been standing too close to Dragsters all day. Again, another good follow on Facebook, Red's Drag Racing Photos. It's a great way to be caught up on the cars that are that are making passes here. I think he puts up several hundred photos every week. Another big wave for us there, Red, please. Nope, not going to get it right now. All right, no worries, man. He's busy. Loud cars, all that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah, hey, no worries, man. We can't do this. We can't send it out to the world without great photographers. Ooh, right lane getting down. 022 on the light. Number 501U. All right, time for a burnout. This car in the left lane, oh, man, amazing color combo. I love the black and gold. Love the outline of the speed shop there they've got on the side of it. Mr. Benny Ammons out of Enola, Oklahoma. And Curtis Stevenson in the right lane in the dragster from Coffeyville, Kansas. Oh, man. All right, attention in the pits, attention in the pits. All racers, if you have a tech card, please bring that to the tower. We need that in the tower as soon as possible. Please, again, all racers, if you have a tech card, please bring it to the tower. Oh, hey, listen, they're right as well. For the tech inspectors or staff of Tulsa Raceway Park, if you have tech cards folded up in your pocket, please bring those down. We would appreciate those as well. Ellen was up here getting qualifying times and ladders and all that kind of stuff printed out, and we're trying to get an idea on all of that. So the faster we can do that, the faster we can get data to everyone and standings out there, which is what we want to do. Oh, red light in the right lane, negative 003. That's always sad. Mr. Isaac Hill over there in the Oldsmobile, and Guy Turner in the left lane with 69 Nova running a 636 in the 8th. Prelude in the right lane again. Another car that would have started life as a front-wheel drive but never should have been a front-wheel drive. These Preludes should have always been rear-wheel drive, just like this one here. These cars, again, built for fuel economy and fun, spirited driving, great aerodynamics, lightweight. Luke, do you see this Camaro coming up in the right lane? Dude. Whew. Wow, what a great color. What a great color. Color changing from purple to green. Ghost flames in there. That's a lot. Attention in the pits. Attention in the pits. We're looking for the Zimmerman Sportsman Juniors in lanes 2 and 3. Zimmerman Sportsman Junior, lane 2 and 3. Race Star Wheels Pro Junior, lanes 4 and 5. Lanes 4 and 5. Race Star Wheels Pro Junior, lanes 4 and 5 as we begin round 2 of qualifying. Again, this will be their last chance to make passes for tonight. I see Mr. Keith Mitchell down here walking up to the lanes. Need to speak with him about ride along in the dragsters. You saw the Patriot earlier up here. I saw them working on the tandem dragster and then the 3-seater they were over there working on as well. If you'd like to make a ride along in that and actually feel what it's like to go fast, that is a great way to do it.
Well, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Luke Show. I'd like to give a shout out to my friend, my partner in crime, buddy, pal of mine, Mike Narks, for taking over. Took a little vocal break, got some fluids in me, got some fluids out of me, and we're back to racing here. Oh, a red light there. One tail light. Pretty sure this is a song by the Wallflowers. Across the line, 684 in an 8. Hey, as a reminder, Bone Shaker has a giveaway. Welcome back to the Midwest Drag Racing Series, presented by Summit Racing Equipment. Haven Moberly on the left-hand side. Right-hand side, driver not on file, but we have juniors up and down. Halfway staged. Green light, red light. 008 too soon for Haven Moberly. Great to see the Moberlys, by the way. We got juniors in the lanes, folks. Juniors in the lanes. Hey, who we have coming up here? That's Presley Moberly. Got a Kryptonite Customs wrap machine on the right-hand side. Love to see it. Love Kryptonite Customs. Official wrap sponsor of the Midwest Drag Racing Series. Makes some of the baddest cars on the planet. Attention, attention, attention. 10-minute heads up for Pro Mods. 10-minute heads up for Pro Mods. Pro Mods, this is your 10-minute warning. It comes straight from the office of Jimmy Bowles. I believe his full name, Jimmy John Bowles. Don't quote me on that. Austin Rogers on the left-hand side out of Jenks, Oklahoma. In that sweet Grim Reaper dragster. Green light, here we go. Again, folks, this is qualifying, but they will be declaring a time. All right, yeah, we're changing out the batteries. You got a new microphone out here. Thank you, Mr. Narks. All right, we got our next pair coming up here. Brecken Whiteley out of Grand Junction, Colorado. Part of the Whiteley crew. Right-hand side, here we go. Green light, well red on the left-hand side. 0.3 of a second too soon. And let's take a look at the 8th mile time. 9:64 on the 9, 9:05 on the right side. I'd like to thank Zimmerman Properties and Construction, owner of the Team Wolverine car, which this year will be driven by former champion Joey Oaksis. That car, I believe, still in the shop. Don't quote me on that. Somebody will text me a correction. I know it. And that brings up our next pair. Look at that. Damon Steinke down there of E3 Extreme. I mean, he got like the full-on ballerina move to take that picture. That was artistic, sir. Yeah, dude, that was... I'm in awe of your coordination, man. Baisley Whiteley on the right-hand side. 6 years old, folks. I wasn't allowed to be outside when the lawnmower was on, let alone drive the lawnmower at 6 years old. Let alone, drive a junior dragster at a speed of 46 miles per hour on the right-hand side. I mean, goodness gracious. My mom still doesn't like that I drive 45 miles per hour. She thinks I should wear a helmet when I drive. All right. On to number next. Brayley Blevins, on the right-hand side. Brayley, this is our second ever qualifying round, first ever weekend driving the car. She had a learning experience yesterday. Knocked down a 102 on her first hit on a drag tree, which is way better than me because I think I did a 160 and I rolled the beams my first time. It was in a 2017 Corolla, but it wasn't very fast. I didn't win many drag races in a 2017 stock Corolla, I'll tell you that. Yeah, and you know what? That 17 Corolla probably would have beat my current 2021 Prius. Here we go. Unless I put it on power mode. It has a power mode. Let's take a look here. That is going to be a 9:109. Good run there for Brayley Blevins. 71 miles per hour, an identical 71 miles per hour on the left side, a 9:07. Left-hand side, that's Jovi Brundage. Like to see Jovi around here. Hey, man, how about that Brundage crew, the Moberly crew, man? They're all over the place. Love to see them. They chase the Midwest Drag Racing Series everywhere.
Luke Clevenger, are you up in the tower?
I am. Where are you, Mr. Narks?
Man, I'm on the starting line down here with Brandon and another staff member, and we're moving everything that is freestanding. We're moving it. Do you know why we're moving it?
Is it because there's something that might shake our bones coming up soon?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we don't want it lighting things on fire. I have seen a jet truck pick up an ATV and blow an ATV. You're all right. Mason Acosta on the left-hand side out of Decatur, Arkansas. Hey, Michael Narks. Mr. Narks, he can't hear me because of the popping on these junior dragsters, which, again, will beat your road car. The car you drove here with will get beat on the track strip by one of these, which I think it's bad to the bone, man. Like, you see them and you see pro mods and you think these are slow. They're not slow. Did you ever drive? I'm talking, of course, to one of our staff members up here. Did you ever drive a junior dragster or no? No? I kind of am jealous. I would like to have driven one at one point. Here we go. 00992 soon on the tree over here on the right side. Mason Acosta on the left side, crossed with an 8:02 at 80 miles per hour. And yes, these are, there are many different makes of junior dragster engine, but they're all, I mean, basically they're Briggs & Stratton lawnmower engines when you kind of get down to what they are. So looks like Mr. Nark's going over to talk to Bone Shaker. How about that?
Oh, man, I hope folks can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'm headed over here to Bone Shaker, see what the update is, see how we're getting ready to do this. I'm so excited. Brandon and Caden are going to take the signs off the back wall, and I've heard someone posted earlier on Facebook on the Tulsa Raceway Park page that at one time Bone Shaker blew the back wall down.
Yeah, not only has Bone Shaker done that, Bone Shaker's also lit back wall signs on fire at other tracks. Lit them on fire. I believe that was at Maple Grove last year, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, how about Ryan Keith real quick? 790 with a 4. Great run from the Keith family. Mr. Narks, can you hear me?
I got you, buddy. I'm finding there is a frenzy of people piled up here. Oh, perfect. All right. Well, guys, if you haven't heard, here in just a minute, Todd Martin is going to be down on the starting line talking. We're going to be throwing Frisbees, and Mr. Bone Shaker himself, you can obviously hear us. We're right here on the thing. People at home watching on Flow Racing getting all kind of jazzed up. How long until we race? How long until you make your big pass in Bone Shaker?
I think we're up at 10:30, everyone.
Oh, I'm so ready for this. Brandon and Caden, again, we're over there. They're taking signs off the back wall. I've heard that you guys have blown the back wall down in the past.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you love smoke and fire and thunder, you're going to get it tonight.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell us again, how long have you owned this thing, and how much thrust does this thing make?
All right, so we've been running this for about 5 years, and at 18,000 horsepower with 36,000 pounds of thrust.
That is insane, insane. If you guys haven't made it by here, come by, get the Bone Shaker Hero card. It's amazing. You've got some extra cards inside. I hope you don't have any of these left when we get done with this tonight.
I'll tell you what, we're almost out of everything. So, yeah, get yourself down here. We'll get you a hero card. You want a hat, you want anything to take home, we got it for you.
That's awesome. Well, I'm so excited. The truck is amazing looking. The trailer looks awesome. Your setup here looks amazing. Christine is out here. She's taking care of you, man. I've seen posts made all day. For the folks that are here right now, get over here. There's a little bit of a lull before this craziness takes over.
Hey, Mike.
Absolutely, man. We're just getting ready to turn it on.
Hey, Mike Nark.
Bring
Mike.
it on. Good luck.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Hey, Mike, tell them about what Bone Shaker's giving away.
Oh my gosh, let's talk about the giveaway, because that's why I came over.
Yeah.
Todd Martin and I were riding on Frisbees. There's 2 winner Frisbees in the Frisbees we're going to toss out. Tell them what they're going to win tonight if they get that winner Frisbee.
Well, if you get that winner Frisbee, it's going to be either Kicker earbuds and or a XS Power charging kit.
Well, I'm telling you, I had to plug my phone in earlier, and I had to leave it for about an hour. And you know how hard that is for a social media guy to leave his phone when it's racing going on?
No, this here you can flip it in your back pocket and you always got power.
Yeah, and XS Power is a huge, I mean, it'll have plenty of power for a long, long time. So how do you start this big thing?
Well, if you want to just take a look over there, there's 3 8D batteries, so it's 36 volts. And I will literally deplete those by the time we start that jet.
Wow, man, that is insane. And tell us how much this thing weighs and how fast you're going to go tonight.
So the truck weighs 7,000 pounds. For miles an hour wise, I'm thinking around the 200 mark.
Oh,
We'll see.
that's awesome. Well, tell everybody where they can find you guys on social media.
Well, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, boneshakerjettruck.com. You name it, man. You find us. We're there.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Narks. Folks, again, during this next track prep period, Todd Martin, Mike Narks, they're going to be out there. They're going to be throwing Frisbees. I might join them. Put my disc golf skills to shame. If you find a Frisbee that says winner on it, that, my friendos, means that you win a special prize from Bone Shaker. You get to take a picture with them. It's going to be awesome. But stay in your seat for our next track prep because we are giving stuff out. Tyler Wells, Riley Clocker coming up on the right-hand side. Attention, attention, attention. Pro Mods to the lanes. Stroud Safety Equipment, Pro Mods to the lanes, please. Tyler Wells on the left-hand side, son of Aaron Wells. Tyler, multiple-time champion. And yes, that means he's won more championships than his old man. Imagine that. Your own 14-year-old kid being like, Dad, you have 1 ring. That's cool, but I have 2, and it's from the same series, so you can kiss my ring and my other ring. And that's why I'm not eating my Brussels sprouts. Riley Clocker on the right-hand side out of Broken Arrow. We're getting halfway staged up, ready to roll here. We'll leave our showtime for Bone Shaker, 10:30, I've heard. Our two, yeah, about an hour. Our two guys here running the AV, all right, Noel and Ryan. Not Nolan Ryan, Noel and Ryan. Have you guys ever experienced a jet truck, a jet car, anything jet? No? All right, it's going to be sick. You're going to get a little warm in here. I'm not even kidding, man. You will feel the heat emanate through this concrete building. It's awesome. Basically, I mean, they say some people call it a rocket truck. That's not accurate. They take a jet engine, like a actual jet that powered, military fighter jets the world over. Yeah, from General Electric. Yeah, and they strapped it to a truck, and they're gonna go really fast and make a lot of noise and fire. And yeah, I mean, somebody had that bright idea. Yeah, you can watch it from the window. I'll tell you where you're not watching it is down there because we would like you to be at our next race and not burnt to a crisp. You're going to look like that one old lady from SpongeBob, like just roasted. You know what? Honestly, if I'm going out, man, yeah. What happened to him? He stood behind the exhaust of Bone Shaker. Hey, man. How about Gannon Carson? Gannon Carson out of Girard, Kansas on the left-hand side. He is all staged up, ready to rock and roll. And our roamer shot is ready to rock and roll for when Pro Mod comes around. I'm moving. I'm grooving. Hey, I'd like to shout out Daniel Green. All right, this man, there's a lot of stuff that he does. If you guys are watching the stream, just know that there is no way you can know just the sheer amount of work that goes on behind the stream. Not just Daniel Green, but this man is our captain, captain, but our whole production crew, man. It's a lot to keep track of. It's awesome. Where is Michael Narks? Where in the world is the wonderful Michael Narks? It could be behind you. Could be behind you. Yeah, I'm talking about you in the black shirt with the white shirt underneath. It's a button-up shirt right behind the Bartlesville sign on the right-hand side. Could be behind you right now. Right now. I'm talking about you, yeah. Is he behind you? I don't think so. Yeah, you who just put your hand up. He could be behind you. Or he could be behind you. Woman in the blue on the upper row. Could be behind you. Could not. I don't know. Michael Narks. He's wandering about. Hey, Mr. Narks, can you hear me? Oh, he can hear me. He's not being as stealthy as I would have hoped. He's in a very bright T-shirt. But let's talk about our juniors here for just a second. We got Race Ragland on the left-hand side, storming out of Norman, Oklahoma. 3/4 all the way staged up. Double greens. I love the trim Race has got on this junior dragster. Black with that kind of Hulk green. It's a great color combination. 82 mile per hour pass on the left-hand side. All right. I'm gonna head on down there myself. I'll tell you what, there's gonna be fun stuff going down on the starting line. I'm gonna head down there myself. Sit tight, folks. All right, I'm making my way down here to the starting line. I see the one Mr. Todd Martin up here. He's in the VIP area. I think this is our last pass before we get our track sprayed down. Who's ready for round 2 of Pro Mods? I'm excited, baby. I heard you over the car. All right, well, how about that? 120 mile an hour pass, a little bit of wheel spin on there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how about that? We got a picture with our winners, with Rick Kopp, a Bone Shaker. The jet truck will be on at 10:30, folks. That is their official ETA. We got them hooked up. We got kicker headsets. We got an XS power bank. We divvied up the prizes. And if you're coming tomorrow, come on. We're doing the same thing. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I hear the sweet sound of Pro Mod action, brought to you by Stroud Safety Equipment. We are just about racing here in the left-hand lane. Ron Minix. Oh, there's left-hand side. Ron Minix in the Purple Heart. Ron Minix, the one-time champion of the Midwest Drag Racing Series. On the right side, ladies and gentlemen, you know his name. It's Keith Haney. Who's ready for Pro Mod? Round number 2 of qualifying. Let's take a look. Ron Minix on the left side is your number 1 qualifier. Your number 16 qualifier and defending champion of the Midwest Drag Racing Series is Keith Haney. If he does not improve his time, he is in a very real spot where he could see elimination. You'll remember, however, that Keith had his time thrown out because Mark Mickey beat him to the line but took out a timing block, so we have no idea what he truly ran. If I had to guess, it's probably about a 3.8, somewhere around 5th or 6th. But we don't know that for sure. So Keith Haney trying to put up a time. Ron Minix hoping to get the low ET of the class across the line. The 205-mile-per-hour pass on the left-hand side. 363 and an 8. Attention, 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 attention. We need funny cars to the lanes. J&A Service funny cars to the lanes for round 2 of qualification. Chris Giuliano out of Iberia is your number 14 qualifier. Ran a 4.9. Was not a clean run. Had to close it off. Meanwhile, Ed Thornton did log a clean but slower than he's capable of run with a 383 and a 7 on the left-hand side. He is your number 6 qualifier, Ed Thornton is. Chris Giuliano, your number 14. Do your dance in qualifying, hope that you get a good spot, but at the end of the day, you do just have to be winning races. I'm telling you, the championship is up for grabs. We have a very deep field this year. I truly don't know how to call the championship this year, and that's why we're racing for the first time here at Tulsa Raceway Park. We're halfway, staged up, and ready to go. Thornton lights him up. Green light for one, green light for the other. Whoa, man, and Giuliano breaks loose. But look at Ed Thornton with a 376 and an 8 at 215 mile per hour. That is the high mile per hour.